Everyone keeps saying dating is hard now, but I think it's worse than that. I think Gen Z relationships are genuinely broken. And I don't mean that in the dramatic love is dead kind of way. I mean that the way we connect, the way we build relationships, doesn't even make sense anymore. We've turned something that used to be about effort and trust into something that feels like a game we're all tired of playing. Before I go any further, be honest with me for a second. How long does it usually take for a situationship to fade for you? A few weeks, a month? I don't know. Just comment how long it takes. I'm not judging. I just want to see if we're all living the same story. Because honestly, I think most of us are. We don't talk anymore, we text. We don't date anymore, we link. We don't build, we just swipe. Everyone is replaceable and everyone is half invested because everyone is scared to care too much. That's what relationships feel like now. Everyone's holding back just enough to not get hurt, but enough to not be happy either. When I talk to my friends, they say the same thing. No one wants to commit. Everyone's playing games. I can't tell if they like me or they're just bored. And I get it. We grew up in a world where everything moves fast. Short form videos, instant replies, same day shipping. We don't wait for anything anymore, really. So when something takes real time, it feels wrong. It feels uncomfortable. But the truth is, connection has always been work. We just forgot what it looks like. Now we chase a feeling, that hit of dopamine when someone texts back and you get a notification, or that rush when someone views your story, and that tiny bit of validation that makes you feel like you're not invisible. It's not love, it's just reassurance. And once that feeling fades, so does the relationship. It's crazy because most of us want the same thing, someone who actually understands us, someone who listens, someone who doesn't ghost the moment life gets hard. But instead of building that, we settle for something temporary that just feels like it. We want connection, but we also want control. We want closeness, but we're terrified of being vulnerable. We want love, but don't want to risk rejection. And those things can't exist at the same time. We've become so emotionally cautious, we're sabotaging ourselves before things even start. We'd rather lose something early than feel something deeply. We'd rather keep options open than choose one person and risk getting hurt. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I've had conversations that lasted weeks and felt meaningful, then ended over nothing. No fight, no closure, just silence. And it doesn't even hurt anymore. It's just the new normal. And that's the scariest part. We've normalized detachment. We've made numbness look like maturity. We call it protecting our peace, but sometimes it's just avoidance. Relationships used to be about building together, about growing through discomfort. Now it's about convenience. If something goes wrong, we don't fix it, we just replace it. There's always another person in your DMs, another match, another option. So why would you try? And that's the problem. We treat people like experiences instead of commitments, like entertainment instead of connection. We scroll past humans the way we scroll past posts. If something doesn't give us satisfaction, we move on. And slowly that rewires how we see love. We don't value consistency anymore. We value stimulation. We don't crave loyalty. We crave novelty. And the moment something feels familiar, we think we've lost the spark, when really that's just what stability feels like. I think deep down, most of Gen Z is lonely, and everyone's pretending they're fine. We built a culture where vulnerability is cringe, effort is desperate, and caring is not cool. So everyone acts like they don't care. We all put on this front of indifference just to survive the chaos. But here's the thing, acting like you don't care doesn't protect you, it isolates you. And when everyone's pretending not to care, no one will connect. We think we're being safe, but really we're just lonely together. Every time I talk about this, someone says that's just how it is now. But does it really have to be? It's not that Gen Z doesn't care about love. It's just that people are exhausted. We've seen relationships fail. We've seen situationships drag on. We've been ghosted, breadcrumbed, soft launched, and left on red. After a while, it feels easier to stop trying. But that's not growth. That's just surrendering. And it's not making us happier. We're the most connected generation in history, but also the loneliest. We have unlimited ways to reach people, but no real desire to actually connect with them. We talk about self love and independence, but half of us are just coping with emotional burnout. We want love, but we're terrified of dependence. We crave intimacy, but we mistake affection for attention. We're searching for meaning in a world that rewards detachment. And when we do find someone who genuinely cares, it almost feels suspicious. We overthink it, we push them away, because we're not used to it anymore. It's wild that the very thing we all want, real connection has become the thing we fear of the most. I'm not saying I have the solution, but I think it starts with being honest with ourselves and with each other. It starts with dropping the act that we're too cool to care. Drop the nonchalantness. It starts with putting down the phone and actually being present with people. Because connection doesn't just happen through a screen, it happens in the moments between notifications. It's when you listen, you show up, and it's when you choose to stay even when it's not convenient. And yeah, that commitment is scary because the more you care, the more you have to lose. But that's what makes it real. If we keep living like love is a transaction, we'll never build anything that lasts. If we keep seeing people as temporary, we'll stay stuck in temporary happiness. And if we keep pretending we don't care, we'll never know what it's like to be cared for. So yeah, Gen Z relationships are broken, but they're not beyond repair. They're just stuck in a world that rewards the wrong things. And maybe fixing them isn't about deleting apps or just finding the one. Maybe it's about changing how we show up, how we care, even when it's risky. And maybe about trying, even when it feels pointless. Because connection still matters. It always will. If you've made it this far, be honest. When was the last time you really cared about someone? Not just liked them or texted them, but actually cared. Comment below. I'm curious. Because maybe that's where it starts, with admitting that we still want something real, something imperfect, messy, and human. That's what I think is missing. Not love itself, but the courage to love again. If you're tired of pretending you don't care, hit subscribe real quick for me. I'm building this channel for people who still do, and I think a lot of you are in the same boat as me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck.